So while I'm waiting on the return, is it cool if I make sure nothing bad in the car today?
You want to search the car? You can search it.
Okay.
I got insurance and everything.
Okay, and what does that have to do with anything?
So when am I free to go?
Whenever, man.
Whenever?
Yeah. All right, put your money back.
Can I see your phone for a second,
please? Can I get your badge number? No, you can't.
Well, I don't want you to drop it when I arrest you. So could you please
drop it?
Give me the arm! Hey, man, give me your arm, dude. You're bleeding your ass off. Give me your arm.
Welcome back to the LackLuster channel. In the summer of 2019, Kedrick Crawford was going out for the evening, but needed to pull over to type in an address on his phone's GPS and to make a phone call. He pulled into a parking lot, backed into a spot, and shortly after was confronted by Officer Sims and Officer Serrett of the Baytown Police Department. A jailer in civilian clothing, Shane Dunlap, followed closely behind.
Alright. How you doing? Good, man. You ain't got no weapons or nothing? Alright, you want to come over and talk to me real quick? You got out kind of quick. Now, man, so I was making contact because you were here for a while, and then you backed out, and you went back over here, you backed in, and I just make sure you're not drunk or something.
No, I'm looking for stuff in my car.
Hey, I'm gonna make sure you ain't got no weapons. Can I pat you down real quick? Alright, man, I just want to check you out, make sure everything's okay, man.
Kedrick complies with the officer's request to pat him down, though the officers had no reasonable suspicion to even detain him. Despite this being a consensual contact, Kedrick provides his ID when asked, and the conversation remains jovial for a few minutes while they run his license, so the officers then request to search his vehicle.
Because you got out of the car pretty quick. There's no guns in the car today? Alright, dude, I had to make sure it wasn't a freaking AK back there or anything, sawed off, nothing like that, right? Okay, good. No switchblades, nothing like that? Okay. You ain't got kilos or bricks, birds back there, nothing like that?
Bird, well, if it was a bird, it'd be flying in the air, right?
Okay.
Birds? Birds fly in the air, right?
Some, yeah. Okay, so, but nothing bad in the car today, man?
Nothing bad in the car.
Alright, any narcotics in the car today? A little bit of weed? No paraphernalia?
No paraphernalia.
Nothing like that, okay. Have you been arrested in Baytown before, man?
No, I haven't.
Alright, have you ever been arrested before or anything?
No, sir.
Alright. Did your driver license through Texas?
Yes, sir.
Alright. I was waiting on you, man. I was waiting on this return real quick, okay. So while I'm waiting on the return, is it cool if I make sure nothing bad in the car today?
I mean, you want to search the car, you can search it.
Okay.
If an officer ever requests your consent, it is likely that they know that they have no lawful authority to search your vehicle without your approval. Otherwise, they wouldn't waste their time asking you. They cannot hold you for an extended time to call a dog, or even to guilt trip you long enough into allowing them the ability to invade your privacy. But instead of following the recommendations of this channel and just about every lawyer that's ever lived, Kedrick allows the officers to enter his vehicle and search the contents, as well as his pockets.
I have a problem.
Okay, yes, no big deal, man. Hey, you mind if I check your pockets to make sure you ain't got nothing? I can?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just want to make sure, man.
I got a little mace can.
Okay, I'm gonna grab that so I don't get. Not saying you will. I just know.
Kedrick allows the officer to disarm him of his mace, and with similar thinking of many in my comment section. If you don't have anything to hide, why not just comply? The officers rummaged through his personal belongings.
They asked me could they search my vehicle. I know I wasn't doing anything wrong, so I gave them consent to search my car.
Now 10 minutes into the encounter, Kedrick grows impatient and wants to leave.
What do you mean? I search it, yeah, you go ahead and search. That's what's going on right now.
I don't understand.
What do you not understand, sir? Hey, I'm gonna put your pepper spray back here.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to it, man. No need to be tripping or nothing.
Okay, so what's the issue? I don't understand.
Honestly, you're nervous. I'm seeing some nervous behavior.
Why wouldn't I be? I mean, I'm not nervous, but I'm saying, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm just checking you out, man. You gave us consent to search.
I don't have any warrants, right?
No, but hey, you said, oh, this is consensual. You're staying here. You gave us consent to search. Well, yeah, we're gonna search it. You know, I mean, and we haven't found nothing in there.
Kedrick is then told that the encounter is consensual and that he can leave whenever he wants. Seconds later, he is arrested and beaten by the officers.
I got insurance and everything.
Okay, and what does that have to do with anything?
So when am I free to go?
Whenever, man.
Whenever?
Yeah. All right, put your money back.
What did I do?
Don't tense up, dude.
What did I do?
Freaking drop you.
What did I do? What's going on? I don't have anything. What's going on?
I'm taking the ground.
Sir, I didn't do anything.
Put it behind your back.
What's going on? What's going on?
During the search, the officers found white pills, antibiotics, prescribed to Kedrick after a spider bite.
Put your hand on your back. Put your hand behind your back.
I'm not doing it! I'm not doing it! Ow!
Taser!
Oh, sir, I didn't do
Put your hand behind your back.
During his beatdown, the officers appear to pass Kedrick around so that each one can take turns placing him in a chokehold, while the others punch, tase, and kick him for 5 minutes.
Watch out! Taser!
Elbow strikes and knees to his face and body cause his eyes to swell shut. His booking photo, too gruesome to show.
Oh! No, sir, please don't kill me, sir. You're killing me, sir. They're gonna kill me.
A metal collapsible baton was also used in the beatdown.
Watch out!
Kedrick was taken to jail and was charged with assaulting a police officer, perhaps for not allowing the 3 men to beat him as easily as they wished. His charge was dropped just a few months after the incident, and the Baytown Police began investigating itself. But soon after, the Texas Rangers and Harris County District Attorney's Civil Rights Division got involved. It took 2 years, but eventually, officers Teddy Sims, Samuel Serrett, and jailer Shane Dunlap were indicted by a Harris County grand jury for first-degree felony aggravated assault. But 2 years after their indictment, Officer Sims and Serrett completed a pretrial diversion program, and the charges were dismissed. Part of that program ensures that they will need to move out of Texas if they ever wish to work in law enforcement again, and also allows that their charges be expunged. As of February 2024, the jailer still faces charges, and a second video of the incident is currently being withheld from the public. The DA's office says these cases are notoriously difficult to prosecute, and that this was a best-case scenario. Others say they didn't even try, and that even offering a pretrial diversion was just another way to humiliate Kedrick. And the reason that people say that is because this isn't an isolated case, and the DA knows it. The very next day after Kedrick was unlawfully arrested and savagely beat within inches of his life, the same 2 officers were involved in an almost identical incident where they stopped a man after they lied about him failing to use his turn signal, which resulted in the officers slamming the innocent man on a patrol vehicle and chokeslamming him onto the concrete before beating him. A 3rd officer on that incident was fired after an internal review. But that's not all. A 3rd lawsuit shows that the same 2 officers were sued for using excessive force while arresting a woman for filming a DUI arrest just 2 weeks prior to the first 2 incidents.
A lot of times when these videos go out, I mean, they cut all the story out. So
well, I've been filming since we've,
No, we have to. I'm just gonna give the facts.
Sir, can I get your badge number?
Yeah, can I see your phone for a
Can I
second,
get your
please?
badge number? No, you can't. Can
Well, I
get your
don't want
badge
you
number?
to drop it when I arrest you. So could you please
Drop it? Excuse me?
Did you like how I was like, let me see your phone real quick?
That was good.
She was like, why? I said, I don't want you to drop it when I arrest you.
Officer Sims and Serrett were both protected by qualified immunity in the 3rd case, and there is no doubt that they were protected by the courts in the first 2. 3 cases within 2 weeks, 2 of which that are nearly identical, and they get off like nothing ever happened. Just like the other 2 victims, Kedrick has filed a lawsuit which is still ongoing, and I'll let you know the outcome if it is ever made public. But rest assured that even though the 2 men can no longer work as cops in Texas ever again, if Kedrick wins his lawsuit, you and your fellow taxpayers will be thoroughly punished to pay for their misdeeds against Kedrick. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Should officers get breaks like this just for doing the job they do? Or should the role come with higher standards? If you like these videos, you know what to do to let YouTube know that they should be spread. And until next time, check out one of my other investigations linked on screen.